all, is it nice to be back at a French Grand Prix?
Yeah, I mean, I actually really like the track. I didn't like it when I first drove it, when the game first came out, purely because I didn't know the track. But I've got to learn the track, and yeah, I really like it. You can always improve. You're testing yourself constantly, and you can always improve. And Mixless Drama is rounding the last corner now, and he almost lost it.
Crosses the line at 1:30.1.
You know, that's on par with GP2 times at the moment.
Yeah, and what happened at the end of GP2 qualifying was a surprise
Right,
rain shower.
what is he doing?
Yep. What's that?
Did you just see what Mixless just done?
Well, no, I didn't.
Well, he's obviously not setting another time. He just cut out turn 1, 2 and 3. Just drove straight on to get back to the pits faster.
Drivers are reminded, if you're watching a stream, this goes to both divisions. Don't do that. It's not good. Mark NUFC, the reserve driver, goes fastest rule 1:29.5. That is just, it's not. Don't do it. It's just silly.
Yeah, it's not on. He's either done that to. He's doing it again there. He's just cut even more corners again. I'm staying on board with him currently.
Now, the thing is, if you don't know, Zippo is one of the admins alongside me, and this will be investigated now, because we've been seeing it now at a fair few races. I have asked politely, don't cut the track, and there will be now talks about penalties if you are caught.
So basically what he's doing is he's recharging his ERS. So he's trying to get round quicker, and there he's just gone. Go on board with him and just watch him.
On board with him now, yeah.
Just keep watching. Every possible chance he's cutting corners. He won't now because he's about to start another fast lap, I reckon.
No, he's in the pit lane.
He's in the pit lane, but he's done that to get to the pit lane faster. It's not on.
It is not, and that will be investigated for the league, because that is not the look we want for the league at all. Any driver caught doing that, we will talk about penalties, but it will not be a low penalty at all. Sorry to start the stream in such a way, but that's the way it's going to go now. We've said it now in public. We've been talking about it in private for a while now. It's getting to the point now. It's frustrating. Anywho, no, if you don't know the French Grand Prix circuit, this is at Paul Ricard. Paul Ricard. This was a test circuit built by the namesake Paul Ricard, who wanted to test cars but couldn't afford to do a full F1 season. That's why there's no gravel traps. So the paint is built to slow down the cars. Obviously, if you had gravel, and then it costs a lot more money to extract the car and possibly damage the car than if they have a huge amount of runoff. So it's just quite interesting. And the blue paint designed to slow you down, the red paint designed to completely hasn't really translated into the game, but it's still brilliant to look at.
Carlos has gone faster, 1:29.4.
So Ferrari seems to be having a good turn of pace tonight. So, okay, first round of qualifying almost over. Do you want to put a thing in? A little bit of prediction in?
One of the two Mercs.
Oh,
so I'm going to say a Mercedes on pole. Mercedes
so the 88
sure,
car
yeah.
or Sayuza. You're saying Sayuza on pole, are you?
I'm not sure. I'm saying a Mercedes.
Okay.
I feel that Carlos's time is beatable.
It definitely is. And what we happened in GP2 before the interruption we had earlier was that there was a surprise rain shower that no one predicted. None of the team had it on the radars at all. As John has left the session, hopefully he can rejoin. And that was quite interesting, like unpredictable twist at the end, and hopefully the Prem drivers are going to hope that doesn't actually happen in this league, as they want to have a full-on shootout. See, Hamilton's backed out of his lap at the end. I think, no, he's powering on towards the end, maybe just going for a second lap. Yeah, he's going for a second lap.
I think he invalidated it to turn 1.
You know some more things as I'm looking at Alexius, the new driver in Sauber. What was that?
You're taking a much better line this time.
Sorry, just mute my mic because I coughed. I think I wrecked my voice during GP2. But you know what, I'm partial to be doing, but I really need to remember who I was doing afterwards. Here's Senna in the Renault closing up, so he's got his teammate Vigort ahead of him, who's also on a fast lap, and that's pretty good though, pretty good tactics for Renault for you know, it's the slipstreaming, that's it. Word.
Hamilton's getting quite close to some traffic now, so let's hope they're on their fast lap so it doesn't get held up.
Yeah, we saw some evidence of that in GP2. We hope it doesn't. Well, that's a thing, boys. We have been told that it's going to be a wet start to the race. So we are unsure what everyone's doing right now. It's very interesting as John rejoins. He's on board with Hamilton. He's got Senna. Senna is on a lap. We know de Gort isn't.
So surely de Gort is slowing Senna down though.
Yeah, look at that. Hamilton's going to be absolutely fuming now. Look at that. Yeah, there it is. The weave. You know that happens when drivers say they're annoyed about that one.
Yeah, I'd be quite annoyed by that as well.
Yeah, we saw a more violent version of that happening in GP2, which I assume the stewards will be looking at as well. Meanwhile, on board Nikos right now, who's been taking his going through the little early Mickey Mouse section, as I call it. See what Disney had a hand in designing this track as well. Or one of its like, I think it's got like 150 configurations, this track.
See,
I think that'd be great to change it every season, wouldn't it?
It would be actually, yeah. I think the track's got a lot more potential. It's a great track, but I don't see why they need the little kink in the back straight. I don't think it's needed.
That's the case. Weren't they talking about taking it out a few times during the racing?
Yeah, I think it needs to be done. Hamilton's actually coming up to the back of Gort now, so it looks like the Gort has actually picked up the pace a little bit.
Definitely, yeah, Sector 3, there's a lot of yellow flags, and that is down to a Toro Rosso going slowly. I think that's Vin Blank.
Hamilton, has he run out of fuel?
Let's have a look.
See, now, is he getting out of the way of people? I hope he is. Yeah.
Yeah, Vin Blank starting his lap now. Yeah, he's getting out of the way. He's sat in 4th gear. I think he's...
Yeah, see, that's not getting out of someone's way though, is it?
No, that...
I'm sorry, but that's coming from an admin.
Yeah.
I get that he's frustrated from what's happened in F1 from Senna, but it's, you know, it's just not needed.
No, it's not on. Drivers are reminded that track limits are in effect even if you're on a fast lap or not. We don't want to have to check everyone's qualifying all the time. We shouldn't have to. You're grown-ups in cars. Yeah.
So User's still sat in the garage though. He's not. He's leaving it quite late if he's coming out, unless he's not going to set a lap. But it'd be very weird that if he doesn't set a lap.
It would be. It's very interesting. With 5 minutes to go to the session, Nikos is on pole position ahead of Carlos GB, who's on track now to try and defend that. Then there's Mark NUFC in 3rd and Peter Solheim in 4th. Vanquish in 5th and Futo in 6th. South Warriors is in 7th. That sounds like a football team. And Mixilius Drama is in 8th. Hamilton is in 9th and John is in the top 10. Outside of the top 10 is Vin Blank, and then it is Stam, Valakos, sorry, F1 Senna, de Gort, Orchard David, who's on stream now. It looks like we're getting a lot of lag off this Toro Rosso. And there's Alexios in P18 and Ciusa, who hasn't yet set a lap time. It seems that looks like John in the Toro Rosso. Yeah, it is. He's lagging quite heavily.
You need to sort that out, or he's going to cause carnage in the race.
Yeah, he is. Just keep an eye on him, will you, Paul?
Yeah.
So now drivers getting ready. This is sort of a time you need to start thinking, okay, I want to go out for either 2 runs at this point. See, okay, I've caught it on the stream now. This is South Warriors completely cutting out. Now that is completely out of order right there. Completely out of order.
What's he done there? Has he just cut that whole sector?
Entire sector out. Completely out of order, and that will be, I think that's going to be a penalty.
He's in the wrong car
I don't
anyway.
care if you're on a fast lap or on a slow lap. You're completely out of order.
He's on the wrong car anyway.
Yeah, again, there was confusion with it with cars. That should be Orchard David in that car, but it
I don't
isn't
see
tonight.
what's confusing though when the team, the drivers and what cars they're in was put in the chat about 5 minutes before the confusion started. I mean, do people not read?
This will be taken on to the stewards after the race. We're going to try and have an entertaining race now afterwards. We've had a little moan, and the stewards are all going to be interested.
Yeah, John is just all over the place.
Yeah, I think maybe it's the I hate to say this, maybe it's a question of asking him to leave for the statement groups.
And how do we get a message to him? I mean, that is just go on board with him. I mean,
yeah, I'm looking at him now. That's heavy lag. It's
right,
choppy
go on
and
board
changing.
with Stam, please.
He was on a fast lap as well before. We shouldn't have to check everyone's laps.
I know what I would do if this was my league. I know exactly what I would be doing with all of these drivers right now.
Is that word you can't mention on stream?
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Okay. I'd be disqualifying every single one that I've caught from the race right now.
I have placed a message in the chat warning all the drivers this will be looked at now, and it's frustrating. This is Premier Division. You guys are meant to be the best of the best. You're making us look like this. I apologise that this isn't as professional as we would want it to be. I apologise from the admins that these drivers are doing this. This will all be looked at completely. As McSilius is cruised to P5, I am very upset with these drivers right now. Very upset. So user is out on track though. Right. We'll have a look at John later on. It seems that his legs are a little bit calmed down. It might be our connection to him as well. It'll be interesting to see if any. I've just seen a Red Bull driver completely cut through the chicane now. I don't.
That's Stam again, is it?
I have not got a clue right now. Chopper has retired. I'm
on board with Stam at the moment.
In two minds. I'm in two minds right now. I'm in two minds.
Right, I'm still on board with Stam, and Fotio is just behind him as well.
I'm in 2 months, but we're going to attempt to make this the best stream we possibly can, and we do apologise from all the admin teams at Speedforce Racing about this, and this should not be happening. I think everyone should understand that this is not happening. This will not continue at all going into the next half of the season, and if this does continue, drivers will be removed from their seats. Unfortunately, I've just seen someone do it in Turn 1 as well. Just because it doesn't give you a penalty does not mean you can do it.
Orchard David is not comfortable at this track or whatsoever. He wasn't in the other league either. Nick was going faster still.
Right. The admins have been discussing, and this has all been talks now, and this will be said live on stream. We've been considering it for a while. We are making this live now. For all of the cutters that are caught in qualifying and in the race, as Hamilton takes pole position, there will be a qualifying ban for the next race. So the drivers currently caught, McSilius, Stam and South will be banned from qualifying in the next race in Austria. We didn't want to enforce this rule. We thought that everyone would get a bit smart as the season went on, but apparently not. So that ban has been announced on stream as Hamilton cuts through to 1. I think that's a ban, even though you're not on a fast. Sorry about that, but that's a ban. put up quite a dampener on qualifying, but we do apologise once more. This is not the standards we have in Speed Force Racing. This is not the standards that we had when we took over this league, and I'm very hurt that these drivers have done this. Very hurt and very angry. I normally try and be as happy and nice as I can be on commentary. But
so user didn't set a lap time, but I did say a Mercedes on pole, and as it stands, a Mercedes is on pole.
It
I'm on
is.
board with Nikos at the moment as he is coming around the final corner. Can he improve? He's got it. No, he can't. Not with that, he can't. I should hope not anyway.
Polyester flying everywhere.
Carlos,
Vin
can
Blank
he
now go
improve?
around. Vin Blank aiming to improve on P5
Carlos
to
goes
come around.
second.
Carlos GB, not enough.
Vin Blank. Staying 5th. Who else? That's it. Qualifying over. Oh, Hamilton is out still, but I assume his qualifying is over.
No.
Yes, he's in the pits. And there we have it.
That is it for a very frustrating qualifying session in Premier Division. Though a Mercedes is on pole, they've ended the entire grid, one at the back, one at the front. Maybe say user saw it was wet and thought, you know what, I'd be quicker in the wet. There it is, confirmation. The Lebanese driver on pole position ahead of Carlos GB. In third place is Mark NUFC, the reserve driver, ahead of Nikos, ahead of Vin Bank, and Mixity Estrama down in 6th. Peter Solheim is in 7th, and John is in 8th. Vanquish is in 9th, and Futo is in 10th. Outside of the top 10, we have South Warriors. Stam is in 12th, and Valakos is in 13th. The Gore and Senna is in 15th. Chopper is in 16th, and Alexios is in 17th. I hope I'm saying your name right. Orchid